3 days ago, General Asim Munir of the Pakistan Army had gone on record with a threat to wage civilizational war against Hindu India. And 3 days later, we see the Kashmir Resistance Force, a clone, a mask, a cover for the ISI and the Lashkar-e-Toiba, carry out a horrific massacre of tourists in Pahalgam. I'm amazed at our situational awareness, right? The news was given to the nation in driblets. One tourist injured, then 2, then 8, then 20, and then by the evening we were told 28 killed. What the hell is going on? Look, it is a slap in our face. It is an open dare to conflict. It is an insult of a magnitude that cannot be ignored. It is heartrending to open your television screens and see young Indian girls, crying inconsolably sitting next to the bodies of their husband. It is a blood insult that one of the victims of this attack told the TV channels, they killed my husband. I asked them to kill me and my son also. And they said, tell this to Modi. If this is not a dare, what else is? It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable for Pakistan to try this kind of daredevilry, right? And if it thinks that it can get away with it, I think it is sadly mistaken. We have a duty to respond. And the respond cannot be, here are the 4, 6 or 8 terrorists and we will kill them. We will bring them to justice. You bloody well will do that. It's happened in your territory and you think they can go away scot-free? It is the duty of the security forces to bring them to justice by tomorrow or day after. And I'm sure they will be. I'm sure we will be shown their dead bodies. We don't want to see their pictures and faces, sketches. We want to see their dead bodies. But that is not where it ends. We cannot confine our response to consequence management. This has been the greatest affront since the Uri massacre, since the Pulwama massacre. This is of a piece by itself. Is it designed to derail the economy of the J&K state, which since the removal of Article 370 has been on the upswing. It is an attempt to destroy tourism in the state, destroy tourism. And India will have to respond. That respond cannot be confined to consequence management. That response cannot be confined to the own side of the border. We will have to hit across the line of control and raise costs and consequences for Pakistan in a manner that is deterrent and imposes caution before Asim Munir takes off on another jihad. He will have to be taught a lesson because we find that one single surgical strike, 30-40 Pakistani terrorists killed, one airstrike on a remote camp in Balakot, well outside the eyesight of the normal public and the TV cameras, whereabout you killed 200 plus terrorists, is not sufficient. The response has to be very hard, very visible, for a message to go across to the army, the ISI and the Tanzeems in Pakistan and to the rest of the world that India will not take it lying down. So what can be India's response options? We don't have one. We have a plethora of response options. The government just has to choose one. All armed forces of the world have contingency plans. And they are there. I know that they are there. So we have to dust them out and execute. So what should we do? For starters, let me go step by step. We need a calculated response which is graduated and rises up the escalation ladder. It rises up the escalation ladder and we take Pakistan to the level to which it wants to go before it cries uncle. So I said we need a well thought out, premeditated response, a graduated response that rises escalation ladder by step by step by step till Pakistan is made to cry uncle. So what is step one? Step one is an immediate abrogation of the stupid ceasefire that has lasted for 6 years. General Bajwa asked for it on the pretext that, his army is in a problem, his country is in economic doldrum. That ceasefire has lasted to date, and for some reason people don't want to abrogate this stupid ceasefire. So the first step would be to abrogate the ceasefire, to use our medium artillery, our 155mm Bofors and other allied guns, multi-barrel rocket launchers, to hit the terrorist launch pads, the terrorist training camps, terrorist headquarters in POK. We need to hit them hard and also target selected Pakistani posts that are helping this infiltration and other Pakistani targets that would be required for us to be neutralized in case we want to escalate further. Step one. Step two, if Pakistan still doesn't, behave, then we can go on to attacks, BrahMos cruise missile attacks, supersonic cruise missile attacks on Pakistani, the terrorist headquarters in Lahore, in Karachi, visible. We don't want to give Pakistan the excuse of saying, tumne kauwe mare ya kabutar mare. We want everybody and Pakistanis to see that there is a price to pay, right? Now comes the question, what will Pakistan do? Quite obviously, it will not sit back and take it, right? The Pakistanis will respond the way they have responded against Afghanistan and against Iran and the way they responded after Balakot. The next day, they launched their airstrike onto India. And that got into a little bit of a melee with Abhinandan, shooting down F-16 and getting shot down by anti-aircraft fire. And then came the whole tamasha of give back Abhinandan or else. And they decided to give back Abhinandan. But should that have been the end of it? We don't want the Dullat doctrine that Dullat wrote a book along with the ISI chief. In case pressures become very high in India, the public is outraged. Well, you stage something here, we'll stage something there, unknown, unseen, unheard of area, and call it quits and say, wow, we did well. I'm sorry, that won't work. That won't work. You can't fool all the people all the time. And the Dullats of the world need not even try. And Pakistan surely will respond with airstrikes. In my mind, one way of doing it, there are thousands of ways. Which way the government chooses is a prerogative of the government of India, not mine. I'm telling you as a military analyst what can be done and should be done. In case the Pakistani army retaliates, we should have prepared for it very properly, set up a hot reception committee and inflict as severe losses as possible on the Pakistani Air Force. Let the air battle continue for 4, 5, 6 days, as long as it takes. Once we gain air superiority and fire superiority, that is the time India should go in for the POK option. Our ministers have gone on record to state that it is the bounden duty of the Indian state to take back POK. We could take back the whole of POK, we could take back a part of it, it's up to the government to choose, and then we can graduate to that level. We can take Pakistan to the level that it wants to go before it cries uncle, before its defunct economy sputters and goes into collapse mode. And if it leads to a full-fledged war, regional war, so be it. Don't give me that balloony about Pakistan is a nuclear state. Well, so is Russia. How many missiles, how many nukes has Russia fired on Kyiv or for any other European capital in the last 3 years of fighting? You'll say, oh, Pakistan is different. What different? 3 months Kargil conflict lasted. How many nukes did you see falling on New Delhi? And should a nuke come on New Delhi, we have a missile shield and we have a response capability. We can blast the hell out of Pakistan with our heavier nukes. A grain of rice or wheat won't grow in Pakistan for the next 700 years. It will be finished. So don't give us that baloney that Pakistan is so itching for national suicide. The Pakistani army, they are very rational generals when it comes to the safety and security of their bungalows and jewel-bedecked wives and their Mercedes cars, etc. They are living off the fat of the land, and they are not going to go down in holy nuclear smoke. So let's not keep giving the nuclear alibi as an excuse for not performing. We need to teach Pakistan a lesson. We need to impose deterrent levels of punishment, and we can take Pakistan to the level that it wants till it says it has had enough, right? There are conflicts taking place in Russia, Ukraine, in the Middle East. Please see the way the Israelis have responded. Unless you impose deterrent punishment like that, you're not going to end it. You are just going to postpone it and let it linger on for decades and decades and decades. That's not what I think is a strong anti-terror policy. Killing 2 or 3 jokers inside our territory is not the end of it all. That is your duty, to kill them in the next 2, 3, 4 days. And I'm sure we will. But it doesn't end there. We have to impose costs and consequences on Pakistan of a level that it is forced to rethink 10 times before it plans the next terror strike. Pakistan is on the brink of economic collapse. Pakistan is on the brink of a civil war. If Pakistan has a death wish, if it wants to see its economy go down the tube of history, so be it.